So let's stand on the back of your mat and keep your feet just separate to your hip distance. So first part is to just engage your belly. Look at your posture or visualize your posture. Let's take a breath in first. And as you breathe out, just try to lift your abdominal wall. Gently pull your pelvic floor, your abs, like really pulling them upward. If you're doing the exercise properly, you should feel a nice connection, the flattening of your lower abs. Inhale, let go. And then again exhale, lift your pelvic floor, gently pull the abdominal wall. Now as you do that, all that time, drop the chin to the chest and round your back. Completely exhaling. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out, just push the floor as you roll your spine up. So some of you might notice that maybe your lower back is not mobilizing enough. Okay, so I'll do the half version first, then we try the full. So make sure that your hand is like this. Drop your chin to the chest and just round only the upper part of your body, means only to your spine. And then just come back up as you stand fully upright. And repeat that. Pull your chin to the chest, pull up your pelvic floor, gentle squeeze in your buttocks, and you round your back. You breathe in to stay, and breathe out. Pull your abdominal wall and come back up. Gently pull your abs up, okay? Let's try last time. Chin down to the chest, exhale, pull up your belly, round your back. It's inhale to stay, and exhale, roll yourself fully up and stand. Now try to maintain that round, okay, rounding of your back. So lower, mid, and the upper back all together, okay? So to start with again, inhale and exhale. Now reach down all the way to your toes. Now you may not be able to go all the way down, and that's okay. You could just bend your legs at your knees at this point. The idea is to create a stretch in your legs, also in your back. And now push the floor as you roll your spine to stand fully upright. Let's add some more into it, okay? So chin goes down, exhale, round your spine. Now walk your hands forward in few steps. You should be able to reach to the front of your mat. This is your plank. So hold the plank, check your feet are firm, your weight is on your toes and hands. 8, 7, 6, you breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one, 1. We're going to push the hips up and walk your hands back all the way. Keep on stretching your lower back, also stretching your hamstrings, and then just roll your spine, rounding it all the way up to stand fully upright. Let's do it again. Drop the chin to the chest. Exhale to round. Walk your hands forward. This is the last round. Move front. Keep your hands a little bit forward to your shoulder. So you're pushing it, right? Apply a pressure. Hold. 10, 9, 8. You breathe. 7, 6, 5. You breathe. Don't worry about my counting. 4. Deep breathings. 3, 2, and 1. Let's drop your knees right under your hips. Check your knees are under your hips, hands under the shoulders. Now, for the next one, you just articulate your spine. Stick your buttocks out. Lower, mid, and upper back. Look up. And then as you exhale, just tuck your tailbone under and begin to round your spine. Again, stick your buttocks out. Lift your tailbone. Look up. And exhale, just tuck your tailbone under, rounding your back fully. Exhale. Again, inhale. Release your lower back, mid back, upper back. And exhale, simply articulate your spine. Every part of your spine should move. Let's do it last time. Stick your buttocks out. Breathe in. And breathe out as you release the tension from the lower back. Contract your belly. Return it back to a neutral spine. Okay, now making sure that your hands are under your shoulders, knees under your hips. On the next inhalation, stretch your leg back. It's not about how high you lift, okay? It's about how long it is. So keep it long and stretch your hand forward. Try to tighten up your abs, really working through them. Hold and bring it back. So if you're suffering from a back pain, troubles with your spine, all this, core muscles are very beneficial to be trained. So when you train them, you feel more stronger, your back gets stronger. Bring it back. And again, breathe out. These are all very primary movements, the elementary movements we call it. So just making sure that you stretch and focus on a length. Come back in. Again, stretch. Stretch, 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 and bring it back. Again, breathe out. Keep lifting your abdominal wall as you stretch your arm longer. And down. Last time, stretch it out, breathing out. And return. Let's do the other side to finish it. Stretch. And release. I think we should do one more round. It's just kind of connecting your lower abs. You should feel the strength. Bring it back and finish. And then let's release. Okay, just a few times to get your spine mobilized, your hips and joints, other joints. Now, let's have a seat. When you're working with the next set of positions, you're going to focus on rolling your spine, okay? So I want you to learn how your pelvis rolls in the beginning first, because that movement, tiny movement, will prevent you from hurting your back while we're working your abs. Take your hands right in the front. You could put your feet down like this, and you're going to go just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. That's it. Don't lose your feet, and then come back up. Stretch your spine. Simple that is. Again, breathe out as you contract your abdominal wall and just try and roll back. A little bit of roll is really good, and come back up. We can add a little bit of progression just in a minute, and exhale. Roll, and come back up. If you're not able to control it, you can easily hook your feet under the couch, so you should have some support. But it's always good to do it without much of a support. You're actually working through your core muscles. And again, breathe out nicely and come all the way to the front and lift yourself up. Let's lay on your back for the next exercise. Lie flat on your back. Your feet should be just your hip distance, okay? Not wide like that, just your hip distance. Put your hands right by side. Let's activate a bit more of your endurance, right? The core muscles. So we move the legs separately, working through the inner core, the inner abdominal muscles. Put your hand like this on the rib cage. Pick your legs up, one by one, to tabletop. Make sure your back is not lost like that. So you still want to maintain a little bit of tuck under, just a gentle, tiny bit of it. And then pick your legs up. Hold this position when you're ready. Inhale. And then as you exhale, stretch your right leg out. Inhale to pull back. Exhale, stretch your left leg out. Inhale to pull back. Exhale to stretch. Inhale to pull back up. Exhale to stretch. Inhale to pull back. And just that small movement. 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5, making sure your abs stay intact, and 5, one more time, 6 and 6. Now from this position, let's tap your toe or heel up, 1 and 1. Very simple, without losing your back, without losing any tension in your abs. And 2, we're still breathing. And 3, you guys are doing good. Just focus on the movement and the abs will engage. And that's your 4. You can imagine how you're working your abs without really moving your torso. So your abs working at this point isometrically, which means you're improving its endurance, its capacity to hold while you move other parts of the body. Was one more time. and release everything back and down. Let's intensify this progression a little bit, right? You know I love progressions, and I want to see the results for you guys as well. To do that, open up your elbows a little bit. Lift your head, neck, and shoulder blades just a tiny bit, so your focus is on not looking there, but looking up to the ceiling. Pick your legs up again. It's kind of just getting yourself up with a little bit extra work on your upper abs. When you're ready, we move. Tap your toe. That's your 1. And 2. A little shake is good. It's your abdominal muscles. And 3. So you've been doing a lot of yoga classes already. Now this is time that you add a little bit of Pilates into your life. What really happens with this exercise is you focus on one muscle at a time, which is a great deal. You got to keep moving, and I love talking, so just keep breathing and keep moving like that. Got 3 more each side, just an extra, and 2, and 2. Yeah, so I was telling you about how yoga practices are so good muscle work, and how Pilates is just an isolation of muscle work. So that release everything back down. And it's really good to isolate muscles and work them individually so you can connect them later as needed, okay? So, let's go. Inhale and exhale. Curl up. Lift your legs up. Now let's stretch. Release. 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 And that's your 2. Exhale to stretch. Inhale to pull back in. 3. And 4. And 5. You make sure you breathe out every time. 6. And 7. One more time. And 8. Finish. Release everything back down. This should feel like your abdominal muscles are working, right? They're warmed up a little more. So keep your feet nice and parallel, okay? For the next one, we're going to focus on your upper abs, basically, just here. The one thing you should not do is try not to compress your back. Try not to do this. This is not good for us, okay? Keep it neutral. Now, ready? Inhale. And exhale, curl up. 1. And just looking at the ceiling. 2. And exhale. 3. And up. 4. Keep lifting. 5. And up. 6. 7. 8. And you're working. 9. One more time. Pick up and hold. Let's go pulsing. Quick ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep your feet firm. 8, 9. Stay up and release everything down. Whew. That does work, right? Your abdominal muscles, you can feel more on a superficial part. Now we come up and work a little bit more on your obliques, okay? The side muscles here. Let's straighten your right leg down. Keep your left leg bent just like that. Put your hands behind. So we got 3 exercises in a row, okay? So let's start. Inhale, first thing. On the exhalation, just curl yourself up. Inhale to go back. And exhale up. 2, come back up. Just keep moving like that, right? The reason I want you to work with one leg down and one leg up like this, because you can really work on a rotational patterns. So your body is more in a straight line, but there's a small rotation happening since one of the leg is down, and that's the job of your obliques. They rotate your body at some point. So right now you may see that you're not rotating, but you are internally in your spinal column. You're doing a tiny bit of rotation. Let's do one more. Now, ready? Come up straight. 1, 2. Inhale and exhale, release all the way back. Okay, next one. Take your left leg to the tabletop. This is the time you really need to tighten up your glutes so that you do not wobble your pelvis, okay? Keep this tight. Make sure it's stiff here. Ready? Lift yourself up. Now breathing in, and then as you exhale, just rotate your body. Roll over. 1. And exhale. And you go 2. And exhale. And that's your 3. Just making sure you roll over one side on your shoulder blade. 4, breathing out, and 5, breathing out, and 6, and exhale, rotate, and 7, and out, 8, breathe out, 9, and out, 10. Hold there. Now we're going to pulse. In, 1, up, 2, up, 3, and 4, and 5. Simple flexion, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release. Should feel your abdominal muscles. As we did 4 exercises, you may have worked in 4 different areas. So that's what makes your whole abdominal wall. We're going to try that same thing from the other side as well. Okay? Whenever you're ready. Inhale first thing. And then as you exhale, curl up. 1, breathe in. And up. 2, and working. 3, making sure you flex your spine every time. 4, up. 5, up. 6, up. 7, 8, 9. Although you move a tiny bit, that's all you need to move to work your abs. You don't need to do all the sit-ups. It's really a useless exercise. And come up here. Ready? From here, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. That works. Absolutely works. Such a tiny work, but effective. Hold up here. And you guys are going very well. Just continue rotation here. Make sure you roll over your right shoulder and go back in. 1. Again, exhale. 2. You just have to rotate. And 3. What I'm doing basically, I'm going from one shoulder blade to the other shoulder blade. And I'm focusing more on connecting my abdominal muscles. I'm rarely using my hands, just using more of my abs every time I rotate. Is that 7 now? Okay, try. 8 and 9. And I promise this is the last one you hold and pulse. 1, 2, watch my knee to the elbow. 4, 5, 6, it's working. 7 and 8 and 9. Last one, 10 and hold. And finish, you can release. Talking and working abs, it just works double. So I'm sure you're feeling at least a little bit. So that is more for your obliques. Now, I wanted to do a counter exercise, okay? To do that, separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Lift your hips and pelvis in the air. Now, you notice that you go first round a maximum height with your abs tight. You need to tighten up the lower abs.